sports fans, it's been a long time since I made a video, and we'll get into why today. Okay, so here's our aftermarket power supply. Yes, I did get the two other ones, and they are attached to the boards and the plugs, the power set, but not the running to the track yet. And I guess that's maybe on my agenda, I'm not sure. So anyway, we're using the trusty old aftermarket power supply, 30 volt, which I'm running at 15, which I've learned that 30 volts is not good for the cars and causes arcing, sparking, all kinds of problems on the track and the car. And we're running, it says 0.13 of an amp right now because we're not under load. Here's the trusty Camaro that works on all the tracks, even though the braids have seen better days. She's a runner. So get the trigger and let's have some fun. Let's go racing. Got a red light. Controllers in all the way. Stuck in there good. Wrong track. Oh, there you go. Okay. So first I washed the track, the big track. All this is, I mean, it seems like all I've done is wash it since I bought it. That's all I've been doing is washing the track. I took out everything because I had the little oval working, and the little oval was too small, right, to get my jollies. I wanted that big. I lust for the feeling of the wind in my hair on the big long straightaway, so I just made it a simple oval. I disconnected everything in the middle, all the hairpin turns, and just have a simple oval. Eventually I'll probably wind up taking that part out just to really make it a simple oval. So here we go. Run that car around the track. Oh, what is stopping? So even with basically a simple oval, they can't get around the track. Again, still. Come on. No, yeah, it's just, I've pulled up track and replaced track, and I replaced the power, the power base that I had. I put it over there with the small oval because the red light was flickering again, like that problem I had before, where when I squeezed the trigger and applied power, it would flicker. So basically, I never had heard of scale electrics. As I said in my first couple of videos, I was doing HO scale like all the other kids in America back in the day. I bought these two sets used for the equivalent, the Thai bot equivalent of $200 US, and set it up. And from there, my buddy Jeff sent me the giant box. Still there, haven't thrown it out yet. Big giant box of track. And I put it all together, and I made a monster layout. It looked really cool, and I bought 35 cars, and it doesn't run. So it's more work than it was fun, primarily because I bought used track, and the two sets were in really rough shape. I've still got a lot of track from there that hasn't been painted, and it's just, old, scarred. It's got rust stains on it. Some of the new track, used new track that I bought from Action Racing, and he grades it. It's not Action's fault. He grades the track and tells you what you're getting, but some of it was starting to pit, and that it wasn't pitted before, but it's pitting now. It's been 4 months. 6 months since I did a video, and obviously I need to get that off and then put some kind of oil over the track. But yeah, here's a good example. This little half is an example of what I got with the two sets. The dirt and the rubber worn in over the years. He played it on the floor with his kids, so that track is all not useless, but not pristine. And I think a lot of that is the reason I've had so much trouble since I put it together. So I kept buying from Action Slots. That set there is from Action Slots. Not a set, but he's, you know, parts. I bought all the rest of the 30-something cars I bought from Action to fill in the ones that Jeff gave me, and that came with the set. And again, there's the GTE, the Mighty, still a beautiful car. Got dust on it now for sitting for 6 months, but beautiful car. The Ford GTE, great runner. The Nighthawk I bought new from UK eBay. Also beautiful car, nice car. Still practically new. Not a lot of miles on it because I haven't gotten the track going. So today a box came from Australia, and in said box, bubble wrap. What? Was ist los? That's what is it? What's up in German? It is an Arc Pro. It's not a box with something in it. It's this. That's what's in the box. It's an Arc Pro digital power base. Homie ain't fooling around. And like I told you, you know, in the first couple of videos, I was eventually going to go digital. And I actually planned on that happening after I got my analog layout to where I wanted. And everything was kind of set. And then remember, I'm going to cut the grass underneath the track once I have the layout so the grass isn't sticking up to the track and all that stuff. So I never got to that point. It's just, even with minimal track, I can't even get a simple oval going on the big board. And since I did my last video, my girlfriend and I decided not to renew the lease in this house. And it's got nothing to do with the car, so I won't get into why here, but we're going to be moving. And, you know, this house is huge. And this room is huge. Those are 2 9-foot tables, and these are 2 4-foot tables, back to back, 4x4, 4x4, 9x4, and 9x4. And then I got my little workbench and my shelves for spare parts. So this is a big room. Got to be 20 foot, 22 foot long. Not a lot of rooms in Thailand are 22 foot long. So I don't have my next house yet. We're not moving out until June, making this video in February. So that's what made me go ahead and pick up the Arc Pro. Arc Pro is the top of the line. There's an Arc Air and Arc, I forget the name of the other one, but there's like a 4-car Arc Air out there. RMC, Race Management Control. There's all different stuff. But the Arc Pro is the top of the line. You can run up to 6 cars, lane switching, wireless controllers. You put software onto your tablet or phone, I guess. I used my tablet, Samsung tablet, to download the Scale Electric software to run in races and put your cars in inventory and the track you're running if you're running a set. So my frustration level with my ability to build a simple analog oval, albeit a large one. I did have this little one going at times, but it's pretty boring just to run cars in a circle. You know, and I really wanted to have a good track with some twists and turns to test out the cars and see, you know, what's going on with the performance of the different ones. So I just wanted to start from an oval. Was having trouble with this power base. This is the original power base. So I replaced it with the one from my from this oval here that was working. And once again, you see sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the car will go around, sometimes it won't. You know, the 2 good cars, quote unquote, which they're new, right? What's the difference between the Nighthawk and the GT and the rest of these? These are used, those are new. And they get around the track when others don't. They go through trouble spots that others don't. So you see where I'm headed with this. This Arc Pro base I got used for 200 Australian dollars. It's about 4,000 baht, 4,200 baht. So that's, I don't know, a little over $100 US, $120 US. I'd have to look it up. I'll put it in the description. But this is brand new in the box. Comes with the the plug upgraded. It's got like 4 or 5 amps instead of the ½ amp or 1.5 amp the old analog had. So that's better. I should run a bigger track. And it's new, so I'm not going to have any issues with it. I know it's plug and play. Take it out of the box and play it, all right? So the plan, why I'm back, is to take out this power base, I'll probably do that today, put in the Arc Pro with its plug, with its power base, with its 2 wireless controllers. If you remember one of my big orders from Action Slots, I bought 4 wireless controllers. There's 3 right there plus 1. Again, new in the box. I've had so much trouble with the used set that I'm slowly starting to realize that instead of spending 3,000 US, I think the video I did on what I have in the hobby so far was about 3 grand US. Okay, I got a bunch of used track and a bunch of used cars. Well, the power base, yeah, look at that. I mean, you see the, you know, that the difference between that and new track, you know, is enjoyment and fun. So I'm going to start with that piece of track. That's like my only piece of track. And then one by one, I won't use this, you know, half that I just showed you, but like this one, this is nice. It's still got the original coating on it. You see, it's not silver like this, which has been worn down or polished or whatever throughout the years. It's that kind of blackish zinc coating or whatever. So I'll take this piece of straight, and the one after it looks pretty good too, and just literally piece by piece build the track with the Arc Pro base as a starting point. And I'll add the used track one piece at a time. Boone, who has his own YouTube channel, he's actually hurt. If you haven't followed his channel in a while, he fell off a ladder in the back of his house, and he's turned into one wing. He's doing videos with one arm now, mostly lives. But he was my inspiration, you know, to put scenery on, and I want to build a mountain behind the bank curve, and all that's from me watching Boone's channel from a year, 2 years ago, videos he did then. He has an Arc Pro base and then used sport track throughout this. That he has over 100 foot. This thing at its biggest was 70 foot. He has over 100 foot in his garage of track, huge. But it's an Arc Pro base, and I don't know if he got it used on eBay or bought it new, but my theory is that adding one piece of good track at a time and testing it will let me know what track I have for a more complicated layout than an oval. But day one, it will be the smallest, simplest oval that works by me putting good track, good track, good track, using the base as a start. Now here's what's funny is I'm going to have to run it in analog mode, which it has. It's a digital power base, but it allows you to run in analog mode. And that's important because all these cars are analog. 8 of them are what they call DPR, where they have a door, a little access door with the screw right there. And that shows you that the motor has a plastic plug coming off of it that you can plug a chip in and control the car. It's digital ready is what DPR means. All the newer ones have that, like the brand new car. Yeah, I mean, of course the GTE has the digital door, so there's no chip in there, but it's got a plug inside and a you know, it's ready for a chip. It can do the chip. So I got to buy a bunch of chips. So this was the first order from eBay in Australia. Australia is a lot closer to me than UK, so shipping was $65 instead of, you know, $100 like I paid to to ship a T-shirt to the States, or you know, $500 it costs to get the track from the States, you know, so it's Australia's closer, so therefore cheaper. From now on, I'll probably shop in Australia on eBay. There's a lot of people in Australia who have scale electrics, cars, products, whatever. So, because it is digital, that's where I'm going to be converting. And as I said, about 8 of the cars are ready, are DPR, digital ready. The rest, the oldest ones, like, you know, use this Ferrari, stock scale electrics Ferrari. I would have to cut out the plastic up here and put the chip in and install it. And they make a kit for that too, for like having a digital chip holder. You know, you jigsaw out the hole, obviously take everything out of the car, put a hole in it, and then pop a chip in it. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Like, you know, with the Corvette, I don't think I'm going to chip it. I think I'll just leave it as an analog car. But some I will, like the shower. That's DPR. See, if it wasn't, I would have cut a hole in that one, because it's just to me, that's a more modern, you know, whatever. I want this car to run on the new track, so fortunately it's DPR. If it wasn't, I would have cut a hole in that one. Maybe the Porsche, for sure. All the LMP cars, if they're not DPR, that is, and I'll make it. Yeah, this one. This has got some kind of, this is the Caddy, and I showed I'm sorry, Mercedes, and I showed you this before. It's got this weird thing in here that's missing, again, because it's used. I don't know what that part is. I don't know where to do it, but I will cut a hole in it for the chip, and the chip has a sensor, and that runs over the digital track, and you can switch lanes, you can do a pit stop, all that. Now, again, I just bought from the gentleman in Australia, he lived down near Sydney, the power base, the plug to go on the wall, and 2 wireless controllers with the rumble, like you can feel it rumbling around the track. It's really cool. This is definitely the way to go. But that's it. And none of this is digital track, it's just plain sport track. So because it's not digital, there's no small little sensors in the track that when the car runs over it with the plug in it, the little infrared eye, electronic eye reads that thing and, you know, responds to commands on the controller, like take a pit stop, gas up, change tires, all the stuff that runs through that software I mentioned that runs on the tablet. None of this track will do any of those functions because it's just analog track. So I got on the interwebs with my old friends, Action Slot Racing in Nottinghamshire in the UK, and I got 2 straights with the digital crossover, so you can switch lanes. You can run up to 6 cars on the digital track. In 2 lanes, you can have 6 cars running at the same time. So obviously, it makes sense to have lane changers, and to me, it makes sense to have a lane changer on each side of the track. So I ordered 2 straights with lane changers in excellent condition. Again, Action Slots is very honest and says, this track is pretty rough. It's good but not great, you know, and I bought some track like that. And in my opinion, that was a mistake. I should have just gone for excellent track like this. So between what my friend Jeff gave me and what I bought in excellent shape with Action, I think I'll have enough track. And again, I'll be very surprised if the house I move to in July is going to have a room big enough for the 2 9-foot tables together. So my track in my new house this summer is going to look significantly different than this layout for sure. And that sucks because I love that big, long, straight. That's my favorite part of the track. It's always been my favorite part of the track. But I seriously doubt I'm going to have an 18-foot room to build my new track in the new house. So it's going to be smaller, probably. Maybe 1 of these tables comes with me, maybe 3 of these tables, and I put it in a different configuration, like a U shape, like it used to be, whatever. I'll figure it out depending upon the dimensions of the spare bedroom that I'm going to use for my track. But I do know it's going to be digital. So I've got the Arc Pro base, I've got 6 controllers, 4 I had already. I've got the power pack, which comes with this kit. So I'm set there. I've got 2 crossovers coming and a pit lane, pit row also coming, where you can pull the car over, because that's a big part of the more realistic racing with digital. And from Action, I bought 2 cars that already have digital chips in them. So I will be able to run digital races. In the beginning, I'll just be running analog, but with the 2 cars and the crossover track and the pit lane, I'll be able to run a proper small digital track and get that going. And then once again, expand from there, literally piece by piece, checking each and every little connection in the back with the way I showed you with the tool, you know, making sure that the metal tab is contacting the tube of the the one that's plugged into it. So that's all the news. I kind of got discouraged because it wasn't fun and easy. I kept having technical challenge after technical challenge after technical challenge, so it's not working. And the bottom line is, when you buy used anything, shit breaks, right? So stuff kept breaking and not giving good connections. You know, I bought all this stuff for jumpers and all that, but it's not that they're stopping there. They'll stop there, or stop on the curve, which they've gone through the bank curve before. There's nothing wrong with the bank curve, but sometimes the cars stop there. Here, it stopped here in the middle. And trust me, I've taken that track out and put it back into a different one back in. That track looks good. Like, why is it not connected? Well, you know, just problem after problem after problem after problem, cleaning the track, repairing the track, fixing the car, you know. Used has just been, I'm not Boone. I'm not an auto body painter by trade or aircraft mechanic or something. I think he is now in Texas. You know, he comes home from work and he tinkers with his track and his cars. That's not me. I'm more of a plug and play guy. So some of you are going to be more like Boone, and some of you are going to be more like me. So if you're like me, go digital, go new if you can afford it. If you can't, then you can kind of recreate my mistake by cheaply buying a set or 2 to get a sport track analog, and then just replace the base, upgrade like I'm going to do. It's just a lot more fun, and I will do a video when I get this small analog digital base track going, because I use the power pack that comes with that, not this. I think part of the problem is this thing from China, to be honest with you. So let's see how just the plug in the wall stock Scalextric's digital power pack does with a small track with the Arc Pro power base. So that will be my next video. Don't know when it will be. Sorry I've been gone so long, but I literally, when I couldn't make the small, big oval work, I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I kind of walked away. But I'm back, and I will take you on the journey with me as I convert over to digital. And of course, when I move, we'll see what the new room will hold, what the track will look like there. A lot of people told me on this small space I should go vertical. I've got bridge supports and all that kind of thing. I got the crossover track, you know, so I can put a lot of track on these 2 4x4s, you know, an 8x4, which almost everybody has room for an 8x4. So this might be the platform in the new house, and just get rid of these 2 tables and just, you know, get rid of the excess track. I'll put it on eBay. Somebody can buy from me what I bought from other people. So yeah, that's the big thing. Is I got the Arc Pro base. I already put the software on my tablet. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I'll go piece by piece, get it and shake it down as I build it. And the box from the UK, that will actually be the next video I do. There you go, is the box from the UK, where I get the 2 pieces of crossover track, the pit lane, and the 2 cars with digital chips already in them. All right, CM slides out, and you know, like I said, you'll be getting more videos from me again. I just it became not fun, and when it becomes not fun, it's not a hobby anymore. So see y'all later. it occurred to me, I'm a little slow, that some of y'all might want to see the inside of the box. So after I stopped filming, I opened it up. This is what's in the Power Base upgrade kit. Obviously, the track, that's the main piece. But you also have the quick start guide and some other diagrams, instructions, whatever. Then in here, you've got the 2 wireless controllers, and as I mentioned, they have the rumble feature where you can feel the car. There's the device holder. So remember I mentioned I have a Samsung Android tablet. This holds your smartphone or your tablet for race control. And last but not least, the all-important power pack. As I said, it's new and it's stock, so I know it's going to work. And as you see, it's 4 amps. So, or what does it say? Primary 1.5 amps. Okay, but then below it says 4 amps. So again, I'm confused, but it doesn't matter that I'm confused. I just plug this into the wall and I'm good. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's going to be a lot easier building off of this base, but I wanted to show you the inside of the box in case you do go ahead and get the Power Base upgrade kit. New, the guy paid $339 for it. I'm not sure if that's US or Australian, but once again, I got it for $200 on eBay, $200 Australian, and I'm excited. I'm pumped.